Good evening. No. Good evening. I, Dr. Lasagna Flowers, President of the Duncanville ISD School Board of Trustees, call this meeting of the Duncanville Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of the Board of Trustees is present, that the meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. We will now move to opening ceremonies. At this time, we will have our pledges. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I protect the flag. I pledge allegiance to thee in Texas, one state under God, one indivisible. May be seated. At this time, we'll have our prayer by Trustee Vera Cruz.
Thank you, Madam President. Please bow your heads for a moment of prayer. Heavenly Father, we ask that you bless everyone here tonight abundantly as we continue to seek your wisdom, guidance, courage, and strength. Be with us in our deliberations and help us to be wise in the decisions we make for the good of all those who have placed their trust and confidence in our lead. Father, thank you for every presentation that has been prepared tonight. As ideas, vision, daily instructions on learning have been shared, you can see in perfect detail the end of every beginning. Ready us for making every moment count. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Trustee Vera Cruz. We will now move to Superintendent's report.
Thank you very much, Madam President. And certainly, if you look at the picture and look around the room, we have some wonderful basketball players. And tonight's cover story is a huge congratulations. And there'll be more congratulations to come later in our meeting today. But congratulations to our Duncanville's boys basketball team for bringing home yet another state championship. I tell you guys, you truly helped, not just for me, but I'm sure for many people in the room, kick off an amazing spring break. And again, we will celebrate you a little more later in the meeting. I'd like to also pause for a moment just to recognize Women's History Month. As you know, March is set aside each year to celebrate the contributions of women in history. Women have played a key role in shaping society, breaking barriers, and building bridges. Their education and mentorship has created a lasting impact, fostering leaders and change makers. Celebration of women's history inspires future generations. So enjoy this month to all of our women. Congratulations to youth in government. Yay, let's give them a round of applause. The Duncanville High School Youth and Government team competed at the YMCA Texas Youth and Government State Conference in Austin for the 12th year, joining over 1,500 students from across the state. We're happy to say that we had 16 students to qualify to apply for the national competition, the Conference of National Affairs. I'm so proud to acknowledge some of those students today, especially Preston Lee, who serves as governor, and Giselle Moreno, who serves as Attorney General. Could I ask them to please stand? I think they're in the audience. Or wave your hands back there. The right photo shows Preston signing the Elizabeth Kane bill into law, one of 4 bills passed at the conference and the only one from Duncanville High School.
Woo! Oh my God.
And again, congratulations for the excellent recognition of our school system through that program. I'd like to pause just to thank Senator West for inviting Duncanville ISD students to Austin last week. The Student Advisory Council is a great way to gain the perspective of students on legislative issues. We appreciate Senator West for providing our students with these volunteer opportunities, cultivating their leadership skills, and creating networking opportunities with community leaders. So if you see Senator West in the community, make sure you tell him thank you. At this time, I'd offer congratulations to our Career Technical Student Organization, CTSO. If you're in the audience, would you please stand? I want those students to stand. I think many of them are in the office, or wave your hands so we can see you back there. All right. Duncanville ISD CTE is excited to celebrate the incredible achievements of our CTSO champions. Our students have excelled in recent Skills USA, TSA, DECA, and HOSA competitions, showcasing the power of hands-on learning and career preparation. A total of 97 students are headed to the Skills USA state competition in Corpus Christi. All right. In TSA, which stands for Technology Students Association, 15 students are advancing to the state-level competition in Fort Worth. DECA is sending 31 students to Dallas, excelling in business fields like marketing, hospitality, and management. Meanwhile, 5 HOSA students are advancing to state in Round Rock, showcasing their skills in healthcare, particularly sports medicine and professional interviewing. We are so incredibly proud of our CTSO students and can't wait to see them shine at the state level. And I'm sure from the announcement, they're going to be shining all over the state. Let's give them another round of applause. You know, I'm sure you can tell from the announcements that we have so many opportunities for students to really chase their wildest dreams. And we're so excited that Duncanville ISD is hosting Champion Choice, an exciting family-friendly event this Saturday from 10 to 1 at Duncanville High School. We want to encourage everyone to come get a close-up look at the many opportunities available for children to excel, grow, and to succeed. Explore pathways to success like academic achievement, career technology, fine arts, and, of course, athletics. Enjoy a free petting zoo, food trucks, and meet and greet with teachers and leaders. Don't miss out on this fun opportunity. And I want to encourage everyone to encourage people to go to our social sites where there's more information. And we want to really make sure that we bring our community as well as our friends in neighboring communities out to see the wonderful things that we have to offer. We do have a quick promotion video that we will also tag on our social media so that we can encourage our community to really come out and enjoy this event.
Hello, my name is Lamar Gorey, and I have the incredible pleasure of serving as superintendent of the Duncanville Independent School District. In that capacity, I get to lead the City of Champions. I'd like to invite everyone out to our Champions Choice program. When many of us think about a City of Champions, we think about athletic or fine art championships. But what I want to share is that we're also a district that's committed to championship experiences in every classroom. I look forward to seeing everyone on March 22nd from 10 to 1 as we learn more about all of the incredible choices offered to children in our district. Whether you're entering kindergarten or you're entering the 12th grade, there will be something for everyone. We are a school system that's all about creating those championship experiences for children every day.
you very much. And again, look forward to seeing everyone on Saturday at the high school. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Goree. I saw Coach Ford. Is Coach Ford still here? Coach Ford, several of us wore our Pantherette sweatshirts last school board meeting, and I forgot to mention it. We wore the sweatshirts, but we wanted to acknowledge you and the Pantherettes on taking us as far as you did. So congratulations to the Pantherettes. At this time, we will now move to recognitions. I'll turn the meeting over to Ms. Connie Wallace.
Thank you, President Flowers, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Goree. At this time, I'd like to share with you all the many donations that we have received. Once again, our community continues to show up and show out when it comes to making things happen for our students. And so this is the list of donations that we've received for the month of March. Are there any questions about the donations? Okay, all right. Thank you. All right. Am I making that noise? Okay, all right. All right, next, I would like to share that March is Theater in Our Schools Month. And at this time, if I can have our theater students that are here today, if you'll please join me up front. Any of our theater students that are here, please join me up front. Theater in Our Schools Month is a time to honor and raise awareness for theater programs in schools. It showcases how participation in school theater fosters essential skills like creativity, collaboration, and communication, preparing students for success in any career, whether or not they pursue the arts. The arts enhance academic performance, and studies show that students involved in the arts education tend to have higher GPAs. On standardized test scores, they do better. Their college attendance rate is higher, and it also shows that there are fewer students who are involved in the arts that actually drop out of school. So there are so many benefits to students participating in the arts, and so this is a month that they wanted to make sure that everyone in the Duncanville ISD community knows that they are, and I think it's quite a few of you guys that are participating, as you can see on this picture here, but they wanted to remind us that the arts improve academic performance, the arts unify communities, and the arts improve individual well-being. And so please join me in recognizing these students who are here tonight advocating for theater in our district. And we support them, recognizing that theater fosters creativity, self-expression, critical thinking, and builds skills in collaboration, confidence, and communication. And while there's 3 of you here, and I can put you on the spot because y'all are theater students, right? Yes, y'all are always ready to go. I'm just gonna ask you to introduce yourself. Say your name and your grade.
My name is Williani Cuadrado. I am currently a senior.
My name is Zaria Scales, and I'm currently a junior.
My name is Nathaniel Ross, and I'm currently a senior.
So if I can ask everyone to join me in saying congratulations to these students. They've had an incredible season in theater, and they have many more things to come, I think, this season as well. And so let's say congratulations to them with a round of applause. And if I can please have our board to please stand, we'd like to get a photo with you. Thank you. All right. Evan is probably in the back, hoping I put this in the right spot so that it can all show on the screen properly. All right, at this time, I would like to invite our Special Olympics basketball team and coaches. Please stand. Where are So I want it to be known that this is our Duncanville ISD Special Olympics basketball team, and they have won gold medals. I say they're back-to-back because they won one week and then the next week. So they are back-to-back basketball champions twice in the 24-25 school year. The first tournament was held on February 8th in Highland Park, and they won the gold after earning the silver last year. And this is a testament to y'all's perseverance and determination to win a gold in 2025. But they didn't stop there. No, no, no. They went on to a second tournament that was held on February 22nd, and this team competed in the Dallas area Special Olympics tournament in Louisville, and they secured the gold there as well. Let's hear it for these young folks. And we have a gift for them, a small token of our appreciation for their hard work and dedication. And they are under the leadership of Coach Hawkins and Coach Dixon. And do they have any family members in the house tonight? Where are their family members? Y'all want to wave and be recognized? Well, stand up. So thank you to all of our young athletes on the Special Olympics team. We appreciate our players for their hard work, their determination, and we say a special thank you not only to the players, but also to their families and to the City of Champions community that went out and they continue to support them as they play. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and congratulations. And at this time, if I can have Coach Peavy to please join me at the podium. All right, Coach Peavy. So the Duncanville boys, they have won the 6 UIL recognized state titles, with 3 of them under your leadership, 2019, 2021, 2025, and Caden Edwards was our MVP. Coach Peavy, when you see Coach Peavy coaching the team, he makes it look so effortless. It looks so easy. And we know that you have a very talented squad. We know that talent matters, but it also takes an amazing group of coaches and parents to cultivate that talent. And so we really appreciate you, Coach Peavy, for all that you do. I'd like for you to take a moment to say a few words, and then we have a video recap before we invite the team up to give them a token of appreciation.
Where do I begin? This was a very special group of players. I was saying this in the lobby. We've been here before. You know, we've won championships and we've come before the school board, and I don't think we've ever had as many parents as we had it when we got presented. Our parents, incredibly supportive of their kids, our community, and y'all. Okay, I can't tell you how important the school board is in helping us get to where we are. Allowing us to play the schedule that we get to play got us ready to do what we did in the playoffs. There's no way we make this run in the playoffs if we don't play the schedule that we played this year. So I want to thank y'all for allowing us to play the schedule that we got to play. I think looking at the guys right now, and it looks like a couple of them are about to fall asleep on the wall. I'm exhausted. I know they are. This is a team that absolutely emptied their tank. To do what we did this year in the playoffs, it took everything. Very long 2 years, 3 years that these young men went through. But for them to persevere and to finish on top like they did, I'm extremely proud of them, of the coaching staff, and the community. And I'm just happy and grateful. Thank you.
Let's watch the video. Let's watch the video.
Deserve to be here. You deserve to be here. Go get what's yours. Okay? And have fun doing it. Have fun. Go on and get what you deserve.
It's another great day to be a Panther. I am so incredibly proud of our boys basketball team for not just winning district, for not just winning at all levels of the playoffs, but for going on to become the 6A state champions. Congratulations to Coach Peavy and all of the boys and anyone associated with our amazing Duncanville boys basketball program.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to the coaches, to Coach Peavy. We are truly a dynasty. The coaches did a fabulous job all year long, making adjustments, coming into a game against a team that had a #1 player in the country. We did a phenomenal job as usual. Duncanville, the city of champions, we're legendary.
Congratulations, Panthers. A special shout out to all of the parents, the coaches, the staff, and everybody that plays a part in this huge athletic program. You guys did an amazing job tonight. You never stopped working, so cheers to you.
Super proud of the boys for the grit, their determination, and they just always get so much heart throughout the entire season. It's always a great day to be here.
Like, enough is enough. By the end of the game, I want them to be happy to be here. Just happy to be part of our party. Got it? Let's go have some fun.
If I can have our players and coaches to come forward so that we can take a picture with our board. I don't know, they may be a little tall. Let's see if we can find some windows.
Chairs.
Or maybe our board members might
We'll
need to
find
come
them
down.
Yeah, you can come this way. You can
Yes.
Yeah, her towel's on the outside. Yeah, that'll help. Thanks, Coach. It's just not gonna happen. Miss Wallace, you want us to come around maybe, or come on?
All right, guys, everybody, if you're gonna look at me right here in the middle. Oh, sorry. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. And 2 more, 2, 3.
And we have something for our players.
Honey, do you want one with the team?
Congratulations. Amen.
We don't rebuild it.
All right. That's real good. That's a hashtag. You gotta tweet that. Coach, I gotta tweet that.
We're going to ask our players and coaches to, you may stick around because when we go to closed session in just a moment, we do want to get another picture of you all with your sign, if you don't mind. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Wallace. Coach McNeely shared some words with the team, and he didn't have a microphone, and so, Coach, I'm going to ask you to turn on your mic so we can hear that too, please.
I just told them that I'm really proud of them. They put Duncanville basketball back where it belongs. I was told by people at the first of the year that we couldn't win it this year because we were rebuilding, and I told them, hell no. In Duncanville, we reload. That's all we do, and I'm really proud of them.
I came in on the tail end of that. All I heard was, we don't rebuild, we reload. And I'm like, oh, you have to repeat that. At this time, we'll have the introduction of Director of Purchasing. Presenter is Ms. Brown.
Good evening, Board President Flowers, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Gorey. I am going to ask Mr. Marquis Scott to join me at the stand. We are excited to introduce Mr. Marquis Scott as our new Director of Purchasing. With over 17 years of experience in procurement, merchandising, and contract management, Mr. Scott brings a wealth of experience and a strong commitment to operational excellence. Mr. Scott has experience with Army Air Force Exchange Services, where he held various positions, including merchandising assistant and buyer 1 and 2. In these roles, he was responsible for managing complex categories, handling contract negotiations, and developing merchandising strategies. He later joined the Dallas Independent School District in 2020, where he advanced to Buyer 3, overseeing the procurement processes, conducting negotiations, and ensuring contract compliance within the district's services. Mr. Scott holds a Master's in Science from Southern New Hampshire University. He also earned a Bachelor of Arts in Finance and Banking with a minor in Marketing from Dillard University. We are excited about the leadership and expertise of Mr. Scott that he brings to this new role, and we look forward to his contributions to the continued success of Duncanville ISD's purchasing efforts. Please join us in welcoming Mr. Marquis Scott as the new Director of Purchasing. And I think, and today was his first day, so we're excited to have him in Duncanville. And he also has a family member in the audience, if you could just wave. Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Kane and your reps, I think we skipped you guys. Can you guys come down so that we can get a picture, please?
And everybody look right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good job.
We will now move to closed session. We are back from closed session. We will continue with our agenda items. We will now move to the consent agenda.
We have some action that we took in close.
It's not on my page.
It's actually going to come up. It's one of the action items. So.
I have a script.
Sorry.
May I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Second.
It's been motioned and second. Any questions or comments? All in favor, please vote electronically. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. We're now moving on to action agenda item A, cancellation of school board election for May 3rd to elect trustees for places 1, 2, and 3. There's no presentation needed. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions or comments? Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0. We will now move to action item B. Consider the approval of contracts for the senior leadership team for the 2025-26 school year. No presentation needed. May I have a motion?
So moved.
I need to make a motion official. I move to approve the recommendation of the superintendent as presented to offer one-year term administrator contracts to the professional staff members listed. Also, second motion, I move to approve. Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Second.
It's been motioned in second. Any questions or comments? Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you.
I move to approve the recommendation of the superintendent as presented to offer a one-year term professional contract to the professional staff member listed.
Second.
It's been motioned in second. Any questions or comments? It's been motioned in second. Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0.
My last motion is I move to approve the recommendation of the superintendent as presented to offer one-year non-certified contracts to the professional staff members listed.
It's been motioned in second. Are there any questions, comments, or discussions? Please cast your votes electronically. Motion passes 6-0. We will now move to action item C. Consider and take possible action under DFFB to approve a resolution declaring a reduction in force due to a program change in identifying the employment areas affected Presenter is Ms. Pam Brown.
Good evening, Madam President, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Gorey. Tonight I will be presenting information on the district's strategic plan and our efforts to achieve academic goals. Our focus is on making targeted adjustments and optimizing our resources to ensure that we have the best educational outcomes for students. At the last board meeting, I presented an update on our district's strategic goals, Priority 3, Personnel and Professional Development, with Goal 1 being focused on supporting uncertified teachers in achieving their teacher certification. We also reviewed Priority 4, Fiscal Stewardship and Operational Excellence, with Goal 1 ensuring that we have effective financial management to obtain compliance and to support optimal outcomes for our students. And Goal 2 aiming to enhance our overall operational efficiency and the quality of district services. Today's presentation will review these goals and our ongoing efforts to advance them. Tonight, we'll highlight the key objectives that impact student learning and district effectiveness, reflecting on our commitment to continuous improvement. Reducing teacher vacancies ensures classrooms have highly qualified educators, ensuring that students receive high-quality instruction, and this is a top priority for our district. Also, we aim to increase the number of expert educators in the classroom to enhance student success with skilled and knowledgeable educators. We want to strengthen the support for new teachers through mentorship and development, helping them to succeed and stay in the profession long-term. We're committed to fiscally responsible operations, aligning our decisions with priorities while staying within budget constraints. These goals are interconnected and are crucial for educational excellence and supporting our teachers, students, and the district resources. Today's focus will be on the program change and restructuring our instructional support from central office to directly impact student achievement in the classroom. So what is a program change? At the last meeting we reviewed, a program change may occur for various reasons, such as a redirection of resources, efforts to improve efficiency, changes in enrollment, a lack of student response to specific course offerings, legislative revisions, or a reorganization or consolidation of schools, departments, or a district. On the next slide, I will be presenting a proposed change for the instructional support specialist, currently part of our central office curriculum and instruction department, who provides support district-wide. This proposed change is designed to better align with the district's goals of maximizing student outcomes while also maintaining fiscal responsibility. We are proposing a new instructional support model that will replace 19 instructional support specialist positions with 11 instructional coaches. This change aims to bring our most effective educators closer to the classroom, directly impacting student achievement. Acton, Bill Hartz, and Daniel, all comprehensive and targeted improvement campuses, will each have a full-time instructional coach with the aid of grant funding. The remaining elementary schools will be paired to share instructional coaches, ensuring support across all campuses. Each middle school will have its own instructional coach, while the high school will have 2. Instructional coaches will be assigned to the campus, working directly with the campus principal to enhance student achievement rather than being centrally located under the leadership of the C&I department. Instructional support specialists who are not hired as instructional coaches will transition to teacher positions that receive the mentor stipend. These teachers will be assigned to various campuses, assuming the role of teacher of record for a classroom. They will receive compensation based on their years of experience in alignment with the teacher's salary schedule, along with an additional $7,500 stipend for their mentoring and coaching responsibilities. This stipend on top of their teacher salary is to incentivize our best educators to remain in the district and work directly with students. And it's also going to compensate them for the additional responsibilities that they would have as a mentor teacher. Mentor teachers will provide coaching and guidance to support their peers while directly working with and teaching students. We are excited about this transition because it allows students to receive direct teaching from some of our best educators in the district. This restructuring ensures that we are placing our expert educators in classrooms, driving student achievement goals, and fostering improved teaching practices district-wide. Campus principals will provide mentor teachers with structured time for mentoring. Mentor teachers will be responsible for a variety of duties, including but not limited to serving as the classroom teacher of record, co-teaching and modeling lessons for their peers, and delivering professional development on the campus in alignment with best teaching practices. We want to assure that everyone, no staff member will lose their job that is in good standing. So all the instructional support specialists that are in good standing will have a job with the district, and that no one will be losing their job due to the program change. All current employees in good standing will retain the position with the district. This goal is to align resources more effectively to support student achievement and to improve teaching structures. Again, we want to prioritize classroom instruction and teacher support. Mentor teachers will provide essential mentoring and coaching, strengthening and helping the teachers to continuously improve across campuses. Our goal is to align both financial and human resources to support student achievement. It is recommended that the board vote to approve the resolution as presented in alignment with DFFB local. Are there any questions?
Trustee Savage Martin.
Have all those that are involved in this change been notified?
So yes, we met, Dr. Nix and I met with them, and we discussed the proposed change pending board approval. And so we did meet with them, and pending board approval, we will have another
So that
meeting.
means some teacher out there that hasn't been talked to won't be scared that we're fixing to
No, they were, no,
reduce?
they're all aware. Yes,
Okay.
we had a face-to-face meeting, and it was with the group. We answered any questions they had, and so.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution declaring a reduction in force due to a program change with the identified employment areas affected?
So moved.
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions, additional questions or comments? Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item D, interlocal agreement between the police departments of Duncanville, Dallas ISDs. There's no presentation needed. May I have a motion? Do I have a motion to approve the public safety system interlocal agreement between Duncanville and Dallas ISDs?
So moved.
It's been motioned and second. Are there any questions, comments, or discussions? Please cast your votes electronically.
And you were all ready.
Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Chief, it's not that we didn't want to hear from you. We just understand that it's a renewal.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
We will now move to action item E, Transbinder Agreement. There is no presentation needed. May I have a motion to approve the agreement from TransFinder for software license?
So moved.
Hosting and hardware exceeding $50,000.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Please, are there any questions, comments, or discussion? Please cast your votes electronically. Motion passes 6-0. We will now move to action item H, district campus and targeted improvement plans. I'm sorry, thank you. Oh, it's just F, but same, yes. Thank you, board. Dr. Nix.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Goree. Texas state law requires that the district campus and target improvement plans be developed, be presented, and be approved through a formal process that involves public input and board approval. So I would like to invite Dr. Lewis, our Executive Director of Academic Support, to present on all three phases of this plan, as she has facilitated and supported the campuses throughout this process.
Good evening, President Flowers, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Goree. Tonight, I'm going to speak with you all concerning our improvement plan process that we utilize in Duncanville ISD. Last month, I spoke of how the process was for our plan, so I'm going to review briefly and then give you some new information based on some questions. So in compliance with law, Duncanville ISD School Board shall approve annually the process under which the district and campus improvement plans are developed to ensure stakeholder input was gathered, and it is in compliance with all mandated components. In Duncanville ISD, we've been in compliance with BQA and BQB legal. All members of a decision-making committee have to meet these standards. So for our district level, we do the District Educational Improvement Committee, which is our DEIC. And for each campus, they have a site-based decision-making committee. 2/3 of the members of those committees are comprised of classroom teachers, a non-teaching professional, community members, parents, business members, and a district professional. Members do not serve on longer than a 2-year term when making decisions. All campus plans are aligned to our district strategic plan and our 4 priorities. Every goal and strategy is directly aligned to our district priority statements. Now for state and federal, we have 2 accountability systems. We have our state accountability system, which is an A through F letter grade, and it measures our overall school performance in 3 domains, which is student achievement, school progress, and closing the gaps. The closing the gaps, which is our domain 3, is our federal accountability system. So the Every Student Succeed Act, it was passed in 2015, and it ensured that we're in compliance and have equity protections. So it really has districts where we have to pay attention to our special population of students. School identifications for federal accountability began in 2018. A school can receive a designation of comprehensive support or targeted support or additional targeted support. So that's our CSI, our TSI, and our ATSI. Improvement plans are required for every campus that is Title I, as well as a targeted improvement plan for every campus that has a designation from the federal accountability system. I want to explain Domain 3 a little bit. In Domain 3, there are 4 types of student groups that we're looking at for accountability. The first group is all students. Then the 2 lowest performing racial and ethnic populations of 10 or more are for group 2 and 3. And then the 4th group is our high focus. That includes our special education students, our economically disadvantaged, our emergent bilingual, high mobility, homeless, migrant, and foster. The calculation breakdown for Domain 3 is significant. It's important to note that academic achievement, which is 30% of our Domain 3 rating, is based on students that score meets or above in the areas of reading and math. Academic growth accounts for 50% of our Domain 3, and our English language proficiency, which is our TELPAS testing, accounts for 10%. And then our STAR component, which is our SQSS, is what it stands for on our accountability report. And the STAR components is for all other contents of all students and their performance on the accountability. Comprehensive support, that CSI designation that I mentioned earlier, a campus is given a CSI designation when they are in the lowest 5% of their comparison group. So their lowest 5% of a Domain 3, which is the closing the gaps, as well as lowest percentile in overall campus scaled scores. Currently in Duncanville, we have one school with a CSI designation, and that is Bill Hart's Elementary. For targeted support, it is when a student group is considered consistently underperforming, and if it misses the target in at least 3 of the same indicators for 3 years in a row. Currently, we have Acton Elementary and Daniel Intermediate that hold a TSI designation. We do have first-year monitoring of 2 of our campuses, which is Central and Byrd Middle School. Now, this next slide, there are a couple of important points that I want us to consider on this next slide. For 2023 and 2024, it is important to note that we have not received letter grades from the state of Texas. It is still pending litigation, and there has not been any. We have predictions, what are on this slide that you're seeing. Note that in 2019, at the beginning of federal designations being given, 15 of our campuses in Duncanville ISD at the time had a federal designation. We have made progress over time and been very diligent in ensuring that we're closing the gaps with our students. Currently in 2024, notice that we do have the TSI 2 campuses. We have our CSI campus, as mentioned, and then we have our first-year monitoring for the 2. In 2023, when we received our federal designations, we applied for the Effective Schools Framework Grant so that we could be very intentional about what we did to address these needs. And with the Effective Schools Framework Grant, 8 of our campuses have participated since 2023, and it is a 2-year grant. So with our progress, and here we are in 2025, of our 8 campuses that had that federal designation in 2023, we now have 3. That number has gone down to 3. So it's been our ability to track our progress, our systems with TEA, regular communications. They've done site visits. And we've worked with our regional service center as well and provided very intentional professional development to those campuses. And so we can celebrate that Smith, Merrifield, Hyman, Alexander, and Hastings no longer have a federal school improvement designation. With the federal requirements, as well as the grant requirements, in your packets and board book, you do have targeted improvement plans for 8 campuses, even though only 3 are now required to do a targeted improvement plan. It's part of the ESF grant that is required for those campuses, even though they have come out of federal school improvement. Some professional development that we participated in over the last 2 years. Every campus that was under the Effective Schools Framework Grant received a diagnostic, a very detailed diagnostic, which included TEA site visits, attending data meetings, our PLC protocols, as well as just everyday operations of our campuses and instructional classroom walks. They receive extensive training on accountability practices, recognizing high-quality instructional materials, lesson alignment, and on observation and feedback cycles to ensure that teachers were being supported in the classroom. The Effective Schools Framework Grant does end in May of 2025. This was our final year for participating. Bill Hart's Elementary has an added layer of support. So Bill Hart's is under what is now called the Foundational Leadership, Instructional Practices, and Systems. So they receive ongoing professional learning and instructional practices, and there's real support for their administrative team. So they learned achieving an A team, processes, systems, planning, monitoring the learning, and have ongoing learning labs. Our district actions in response to the needs is we did apply for the LASSO 3 and received the LASSO 3 grant with professional learning community support so that we can continue the work. We've seen progress and we want to continue the work that we've started. We also have targeted interventions. We also have we're going to provide the high quality instructional materials through our curriculum recently that the board adopted. Also have ongoing professional learning, and we're going to continue the Get Better Faster observation and feedback cycles. These actions by the district were placed in the targeted improvement plan, whereas in the past, targeted improvement plans focused on the campus's actions. This year, the requirement from TEA is that the district actions had to be answered. So what are we as a district doing to ensure that our campuses are being provided the support that they need? So these are the actions that we have committed to, and we're going to continue to monitor and support our campuses. So the recommendation is we ask the board to approve the district campus and targeted improvement plans for the 24-25 school year. And at this time, it will be my pleasure to answer any questions that you may have.
Do I have a motion to approve district and campus improvement plans, priorities and goals, and the campus targeted improvement plans for the 24-25 school year?
So moved.
It's been moved and second. Are there any questions, comments, or discussions? Trustee Savage Martin.
On the decision-making committee, which also serves as a site-based decision-making group, I guess, I'm kind of confused. 2/3 classroom teachers. So let's say there's 50 teachers on a campus, 2/3 of them serve on this committee?
So for the site-based decision-making committee, yes, 2/3 of the committee members must be classroom teachers. For the district, it is 2/3 complete. So we have representation total from every campus. So every campus goes through a nomination process, and they vote, and those individuals represent their campus for the district improvement committee.
Okay. And then you said they serve only 2 years.
Yes.
Like, does half of them, I don't know how to ask this question. Do you know what I'm fixing to ask?
Do half go on, half
Yeah. Is it half and half, or is it even greater?
So every year when they go through the nomination process, for example, let's say Hyman has a teacher that has been nominated this year, it's with an understanding that they're going to serve 2 consecutive years. And then maybe Merrifield has a teacher that served last year, but this year they have 1 more year. So they would actually nominate someone else for the following year.
So you're not always reinventing the wheel in that committee. There's some that have served 1
Yes.
year and because I would
Exactly.
think that would be good. Do you have trouble getting business members or community members?
It depends. This year, we didn't have any problems. We had great representation from Dallas College. We had community members. The principals were key in helping us with community members and business partners, those that they have partnerships that work on the campuses, and they nominated them, and they gladly serve.
Cool. Very good. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Trustee Fahey.
Thank you for your presentation. Some of the attendance sheets showed poor attendance, like 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 11. When someone misses a meeting, are they informed of what happened and any thought of replacing them? I mean, I would want more than 3 people out of 10 to show up.
That's a great question. So when a person is on the committee, they actually receive the information because we still need their input.
Okay.
So a lot of the input they receive, we use Google Docs so that they can provide their input to any questions, any business that we have conducted. And it depends. So for the district committee, we have really good attendance. So it will vary on a campus. So it's based on if the principal's in communication with those individuals. But for the district, we've had good participation.
Thank you for those attendance sheets also.
Yes, ma'am.
One more thing. The last paragraph on the plan sheets, I suppose that's a copy and paste because they're alike and they all have PTA meetings, but I know that all these campuses don't have PTAs. So are these another form of parent meetings or?
So yes, ma'am. For the campus-based dates, if they had a site-based decision-making committee or if they had parent meetings, those are the parent meetings that are on the forms. And they should vary, the dates vary based on the campuses on when they held their particular meetings.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item G, consideration of 2025-26 academic calendar. Dr. Nix.
Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Gurry, I'm honored to present the recommended academic calendar for the 25-26 school year. Our first priority was to assemble a committee that reflected the diverse perspectives within our community, within our district. This committee included teachers, campus administrators, central office staff, parents, and community stakeholders. Additionally, as recommended by the board, we were honored to have the presence of Dallas College to further enrich the discussion and the decision-making process. So thank you for that, board. Our key considerations, as usual, were to ensure a minimum of 75,600 minutes, instructional minutes for the school year, to ensure that we had 3 teacher work days, and to ensure that we had 187 teacher contract days for the calendar. In your board books, you'll find a detailed breakdown of the 3 optional calendars surveyed by our district stakeholders, along with definitions of key terms used in the calendar. But this slide provides a brief overview of those 3 optional calendars, and I'd like to draw your attention to that last box there, because there's verbiage there we haven't used in the past. The verbiage there is professional learning team days, and we used to call that planning days for teachers. But the reason that the committee decided to change that verbiage is because the committee wanted to really focus on the fact that those planning days are not siloed days, that teachers don't just work in silos, or that's not the expectation, that they collaborate, that they work with others, as well as work with the things that they needed to do. But naming it professional learning team days as opposed to planning days, the committee just thought that that would be an appropriate change for that. So that's what we did there on that calendar. So board, as you can see, 3 options. The first option, this is calendar A. And some of the highlights for calendar A is that the students start the school the week of August the 11th. The last day of school is after Memorial Day. There's 1 week of fall break in October, and the committee loved that fall break. And it includes 0 PDCE days. I want to pause here, even though you have the definition for PDCE. I want to just make sure that I explain that. PDCE are the professional development credit exchange days. So we have to have 187 teacher contract days. So if the teachers adopt a calendar that has less than that number of days for the teachers, they need to be able to make those up some kind of way. So to do professional development on their own time outside of the school day would suffice for a holiday. They wanted a holiday every month or something of that nature. So they have to accrue a certain number of professional development days in order to have a particular day off. So that's what a PDCE day is. So for calendar A, first semester, 92 teacher work days and 82 student school days. For the second semester, you see 92 teacher work days and 91 student school days, for a total of 187 teacher work days and 173 student school days. High level. I'm shifting now to calendar B. And you'll see a major difference between calendar A and B is that the last day of school is prior to Memorial Day for this particular calendar. In addition to that, the inclusion of 4 PDCE days in this particular calendar, and there are 4 less student school days for this calendar. And this calendar really most resembles the calendar that we had this year, but just as a note. And then lastly, calendar C. And you'll see the difference, the biggest difference here is that calendars B and C are very similar in that they both have the last day of school prior to Memorial Day. They both have 4 PDCE days, but calendar C aligns with calendar A in terms of the number of student days with 172. So the committee, whittled down to these 3 options, and we were able to send out a survey to all of our stakeholders. The survey went out February the 18th. That's when it opened, both in English and Spanish, and it was open until February the 28th. We had the opportunity to work with our communications department, and we had 1,137 responses from 4 groups of stakeholders. So as you can see, the results of the survey, the first question, we had 16.7% of our survey responders were students, and we were really proud about that. We were really happy to see that we had, that many students that were interested in their calendar. We had basically 40.5% are parents or guardians, and then of course, almost 41% staff members, and we had 2% community member feedback. Then as you can see on the bottom, the calendar that our stakeholders have voted on overwhelmingly would be sample calendar B with a 56% approval rating for that particular calendar. So when the survey was sent out to all of our stakeholders, once again, everything was sent out in English and in Spanish, and all of the terms, everything that you have in your book, all of that was provided to all of our stakeholders so they would understand all of those terms, what they were voting on, what it looked like. They had all of that information as they voted. So the recommendation is that we recommend that the board adopt calendar option B as the 25-26 academic calendar as voted on by our stakeholders. And it will be my pleasure to answer any question that you may have at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Nix. Do I have a motion to approve the academic calendar draft B as presented for the 25-26 academic school year?
So moved.
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions, comments, or discussions? Trustee Fahey?
Thank you, Dr. Nix, for your presentation. I told myself I wasn't going to mention this year because I mentioned it last year. I love these pie graphs, but the option, the second pie graph tells me nothing of the above graph. I don't know how many parents or students or teachers voted on these choices. It said it could have been the 56%, could have been all the teachers, or it could have been all the parents and students. I would like to see how that
breaks down.
how that first pie graph
Yes, ma'am.
breaks down, maybe in a third pie.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I would really like to know.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We will get you that information.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
And I was going to say, I love how systemic it is. It's very organized, and we've really improved this system over the 13 years that I've been part of this process. So I really like it. Maybe add her little part, but it's very good. Thank you.
Thank you for the feedback. Yes, ma'am.
Please cast your votes electronically. Motion passes 6-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item H, AP Seminar presenter, Dr. Sam Nix.
Thank you, Board. This is a wonderful opportunity for our students. This is actually the approval of an additional course. This is an AP seminar. An AP seminar is an innovative college-level course that is designated to develop students' ability to analyze, to evaluate, and to communicate complex ideas effectively. This foundational course fosters critical thinking, research skills, and collaboration, essential competencies for success in college and careers. Districts must have board approval to implement innovative courses. The course will satisfy elective credit towards graduation requirement. I think it's important to note that Texas is unique in that this particular course is a very selective course in other states where you have to be selected to be able to offer this particular class. However, in Texas, you do not have to be selected. It is something that we offer, or can offer. So this is a wonderful opportunity for our students. Some of the key benefits for that is that it prepares students for college and career success. It enhances students' ability to research, to synthesize information, and construct evidence-based arguments. Cross-curricular learning encourages interdisciplinary thinking by engaging students in real-world and academic issues through multiple perspectives. Develops essential 21st century skills, strengthening students' ability to be able to be analytical thinkers, collaboration and communication with the workforce demands that are upcoming, and then increases passing rates on AP exams. You know, that's a big thing for us. We really got to focus on making sure that our students are performing as best as they can as critical thinkers on those AP exams. College Board reports that students who take AP Seminar are more likely to achieve a passing score on subsequent AP courses compared with students who have not completed AP Seminar. And the biggest, I think anyway, one of the best parts of this is that at the end of the year, their capstone projects are so amazing. And what students are able to produce, how they're able to think, and how they're able to analyze as part of their projects is really a great option for them. So the recommendation is the board move to approve the AP Seminar for the 25-26 school year to expand rigorous academic opportunities for students, strengthen college and career readiness, and enhance interdisciplinary learning. Board, it would be my pleasure to answer any question that you may have.
Do I have a motion to approve AP Seminar for the 25-26 school year?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and second. Are there any questions, comments, or discussion? Trustee Fahey?
Thank you. Do we already have a teacher identified to teach this class who's already on our staff?
Thank you for asking. Yes, this will not be an additional FTE for our district.
Okay.
This will be taught by a current teacher at the high school.
No additional cost or anything?
No additional cost.
This is great.
Yes.
Great.
Trustee Savage Martin?
Is this for senior level students?
Yes, this will be offered 9 through 12.
Okay. So you need to be there for that choice presentation to make sure they know about this.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I would love to take this. As an alumnus, can I come back?
Dr. Nix, Texas schools have to meet certain criteria to be able to offer this AP seminar, but I don't remember what it is. Do you know it off the top of your head? Because I know every high school can't offer it. There's a certain criteria that we had to meet.
Yes, ma'am. I don't want to misspeak. I can get that to the board.
It's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay. I was just going to brag on this a little bit. Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item I, approval of TASB policy update 124. No presentation is needed. May I have, thank you, Ms. Fields. You're always so eager, but we don't need a presentation from you today. May I have a motion to approve the adoption of Texas Association of School Board Policy Update 124 as not presented, but stated?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved in second. Any questions or comments? Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item J, approval of construction manager at risk, CMAR contract, guaranteed maximum price. Now you may present.
And thank you, Board. Good evening, Dr. Flowers, the Board of Trustees, and Dr. Goree. Again, it is my great pleasure to present to you for your approval the guaranteed maximum price for our high school's career technical education building and the renovations to Area M, which is most people would know as the 9th grade center. I have with me tonight Mr. Kamar Hawk with LAN, also Mr. John Fisher with Sodalco. You have in front of you a different item that was inside of your book. It's at your place. The bottom line is the same. There was just one of the things that we had to correct. There was an error that was on the original, and they've corrected that after your board book went out Friday before spring break. So the total did not change. We just had to correct something that was carried over inadvertently, and it will be discussed the next GMP. So, of course, we are asking you, and you have all of the items really bulleted out for you, what the cost will be. This is for the design build of the CTE and the renovations of Area M at the high school. We'll come back to you for Area J. Probably in April, we'll have a better idea of that. And so tonight, Board, I'm going to ask that you would approve the guaranteed maximum price for the construction of the Career and Technical Education Building and renovations of Area M, 9th grade center at Duncanville High School, with the total of $32,540,399, and provide Sodalco Construction with notice to proceed with this project. Now, at this time, I know you need to take your motion, but we'll be here if you have any specific questions about anything that's before you.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned in second. Are there any questions or comments or discussions? Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We look forward to the groundbreaking real soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Supply us a magnifying glass next time.
We will now move to action item K, purchase over $50,000 classroom and teaching and learning request for proposal. Dr. Brown.
Good evening, Madam President, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Goree. It is my pleasure to present for your consideration tonight the results of the Classroom Teaching and Learning Request for Proposal. Our purpose, financially supported by Proposition B of the 2023 bond, is to equip all Duncanville ISD classrooms with 21st century teaching and learning technologies. Let me begin by introducing the selection committee. I have Ms. Dolores Gulen, a librarian, Ms. Kamei Escoto and India Jett, both teachers, as well as also being part of our Tech Ambassador program, so they're techsperts. We're joined with Lori Tobin, who's the Director of Special Education for Compliance. Our instructional technology coordinators, Devin Haynes, Jadorian Tate Richardson, and Monica Napier. And finally, Adante Tompkins, District Technician. And then, of course, as the Chief Technology Officer, I chaired the selection committee. Did you all stand? Do appreciate the efforts that they put in. This 9-member selection committee was responsible for reviewing more than 1,100 pages of the 15 accepted RFP responses. The requirements for the RFP were developed over the course of 2 years by the Technology Advisory Committee, or TAC, a larger group composed of staff members from across the district. A list of the TAC members involved in developing the requirements can be found in your board packet on page 364. As designed by the TAC, the RFP was divided into 5 categories: interactive flat panel, laptop computer, document camera, mobile teaching station, and mobile charging solution. The RFP was issued on December 11th, 2024, and closed on January 24th, 2025. Following the initial proposal review and first round of scoring, the committee selected 4 vendors to conduct live demonstrations for a second round of evaluation, which took place on February 25th and 27th. After this process, the committee selected 3 vendors to which award the RFP to ensure the best pricing and most effectively meet the district needs for classroom teaching and learning. United Data Technologies was selected to provide Lenovo Yoga laptops and Brentford Cube carts. Bloom was selected to provide HoverCam mobile teaching stations, and Global Asset was selected to provide one-screen interactive flat panels and IPVO document cameras. Beginning in July 2025, we will deploy interactive flat panels, teaching stations, and document cameras to every campus except for the ones that are under construction. So the ones that will be under construction, Smith, Central, Brandenburg, and Duncanville High School will all receive new equipment in the summer of 2026, or a phase 2. We will deploy approximately 60% of our classrooms this first year and the other 40% next year. This phased approach, while being relatively short, will better assist the district when being able to handle replacements for this equipment in the years to come. The mobile charging solution will only be deployed to middle school and high school classrooms because the elementary classrooms already have charging carts. Laptop computers will begin being deployed to teachers in April and May, so just next 2 months. Teacher training for the interactive flat panels and document cameras will begin before the end of the school year, continue through the summer, and into the fall. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Do I have a motion to award the request for proposal 2425.003 for classroom teaching and learning technologies as presented?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Are there any questions, comments, or discussions? Trustee Savage Martin.
Since Maryfield's becoming a parent center, they probably, not yet? Not next year. So sorry. Go, you proceed.
Thank you. Please cast your votes electronically. Motion carries 6-0. We will now move to information and discussion items. The first item, racial profiling report. Chief Guerin.
Now, Madam President, honorable board members and Dr. Goree, what you have before you is a report that the state of Texas has required police departments to complete since about 2001, and it's the requirements have evolved over the years, but it basically tells every police department in the state of Texas that you have to capture certain data points related to your motor vehicle stops and report those not only to the state, but report those numbers and then have those numbers analyzed against your population to determine whether or not racial profiling is being conducted by your police department. The report you have before you shows that the Duncanville Independent School District Police Department is not engaged in racial profiling, I'm happy to say. We made a total of 4 traffic stops last year, and so therefore we are required, we're not exempt from the requirement to report that. And so each year the state requires that not only do we report that to them, analyze that, but we also report that to our governing body, which, as you're aware, is you. So we will endeavor each year before March 1st to provide this information to you as required by law. I'm happy to address any questions. I will add that we had no complaints of racial profiling last year either. So.
Any questions or comments? Trustee Fahey?
So this would be running a red light, a stop sign around a school, speeding, school zone. I mean, obviously elementary students and middle, they're not going to be involved. So were most of the stops parents, or were some high school kiddos, or?
So I don't have the information about exactly who was stopped.
I just wondered.
Yes, ma'am. I have I will tell you.
Don't dig. I'm cool. I just wondered if it was like for students, or were they have parents, have students? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So, while traffic enforcement is not our primary focus, it is a necessary empowerment for the police officers. Should there be a crime, they would absolutely need to potentially make a vehicle stop. So it puts us in the category of having to report. So,
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. We will move to the information discussion agenda item B, legislative priorities. Ms. Connie Wallace.
Good evening, President Flowers, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Goree. The 89th legislative session officially began on Tuesday, January the 14th at noon. And since then, many bills have been brought before the legislative bodies, and you guys have been receiving weekly updates in your board update. And our purpose is to ensure that legislators are equipped to oppose or advocate for legislation that addresses the needs and values of our district. And so what you have before you is a draft of priorities that reflect the mission and vision of Duncanville ISD and target our strategic priorities. And so, for example, we are asking the legislative body to focus on school funding, specifically increase the basic allotment, fund full-day pre-K. We are also asking them to increase funding for technology and instructional material allotment, the TIMA. As it relates to teaching and learning, we are asking the legislative body to revise House Bill 4545 from the 87th legislative session. When it comes to safety and security, we're mostly focusing on those unfunded mandates. We're asking them to increase the school safety allotment. And when it comes to recruitment, our ability to recruit and retain teachers, we're asking to have the legislative priority of continuing the TRS defined benefit program and address the rising healthcare costs. So presented in front of you, you have our drafted priorities, and we will ask that between now and March 31st, if you guys have any questions or suggestions for enhancing that, let us know so that we can update this document and bring it back to you on the 31st for your vote and approval. Are there any questions, comments, or suggestions?
Nope, thank you.
Thank you. I'll note that.
We do not have, thank you, Ms. Wallace. We do not have any communications from citizens, being that there is no further items to discuss. Do I have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
Second.
It's been moved in second. The meeting is adjourned.